Yes, hi friends. Welcome to NetPro Cloud Technologies. So today we are going to learn deploying vCenter with embedded PSC. So agenda is PSC deployment types, hardware requirements, installation stages, advantages, disadvantages. So let's start with the PSC deployment types. So now there are four types of PSC deployment. So first one is the vCenter server with embedded PSC, vCenter server with external PSC, and PSC in replicated configuration. So here we are using same SSO domain and same site and the PSC in HA configuration. And for the at present current PSC topologies, you can visit the page https://kp.vmware.com/s/article/2147672. So PSC external or embedded. So there are now in front of you, it's a picture or it's a screenshot. So there are now three kinds of sites are there like Palo Alto, London, and Sydney. So in the Palo Alto, there are PSC1 and PSC2 to whom vCenter 1 and vCenter 2 are reporting. So in the London, we have vCenter with embedded PSC, and in the Sydney, so there is one external PSC and to whom your vCenter 1 and vCenter 2 they are reporting to the PSC. So now the VCSA. So talking about the VCSA and the Windows version. So here the installation of the vCenter with the embedded PSC, it can be like your as a VCSA or it can be like your on the Windows platform as an application. So why we are going to deploy VCSA instead of Windows versions? So there are some advantages. So looking on these advantages like that. So first one is the faster deployment with few details. So since the VCSA it contains the installed vCenter, so it takes lesser deployment time and lesser we have to provide the details. So PostgreSQL database, it is embedded in the VCSA and it supports up to 2000 hosts and the 35,000 powered on VMs. So it is quite scalable and robust for the most environments. Now, number three, so it is the vSphere update manager which is embedded in the vCenter, so which is as we are going to deploy as the VCSA. So in the VCSA, VUM is embedded, so there is no need for the separate Windows machine or box. So next point is VCSA 6.5, it runs on the Photon Linux operating system version 1.0, so which is quite more secure operating system as compared to the Windows. And as such, no hardware machines are required because your VCSA it can only be deployed as a virtual machine. So it allows cost reduction. Now VCSA installation with the embedded PSC. Now when we are going to install the VCSA and means your Linux based with an embedded PSC. In that case, we have got the hardware box, means your bare metal machine, and on the top of this bare metal machine, we are just going to implement your VCSA as a virtual machine and with the embedded PSC. And on other hand, we have got the hardware machine, and on the top of that, we are going to install the Windows operating system as a virtual machine and while Windows VM on the top of this Windows virtual machine, we are going to implement vCenter with the embedded PSC as an application. Talking about the environment, so there are five environments that are recommended by the or that are defined by the vCenter your VMware. So first is the environment like Tiny. So it has got up to 10 ESXi host and up to 100 powered on virtual machines. So in the small 100, 10,000, medium 4,000 ESXi host, 400 ESXi host and 4,000 virtual machines. And in the large 1,000 ESXi host and 10,000 virtual machines. And in the extra large there are 2,000 ESXi host and 35,000 powered on virtual machines. So depending upon the environment, so we have to configure the required or needed CPU cores, your memory in gigabytes and storage in gigabytes. And one point it should be noted that if ESXi host is with more than 512 logical unit numbers means extents and 2048 pass to the VCSA, then it is recommended by the VMware. So you have to deploy the VCSA for a large or X large environment, means you have to go with this kind of installation or this kind of installation. Now deploying vCenter through appliance 6.5. So depending upon the your operating system like Mac OS, Windows, and SUSE, or your Ubuntu, we have to provide the hardware like CPU, memory, and storage. Now vCenter with the embedded PSC. So using an embedded platform service controller which results in a standalone deployment, and it has its own vCenter single sign-on domain with a single site. So vCenter server with an embedded PSC is suitable for small environments. So here we cannot join other vCenter server or platform service controllers instances to this vCenter single sign-on domain. Now talking about the installation, so VCS installation, so it has got two stages. So stage number one, or stage one, it is the deploy appliance. So here we are just going to deploy the virtual machine like this. So it is my bare metal operating your machine, and on the top of it we are going to deploy VCSA. So it comes in the first stage. And the second stage, set up vCenter server appliance with an embedded PSC. So in the second stage we are going to configure and deploy your uh, vCenter and embedded PSC. So like this. Talking about the VCS installation further. So in the stage one, it is a deploy appliance. It's like this. So if we talk or discuss about the deployment type, so here we are going to make some configuration, or say we have to choose some points or to provide some information. So here in the deployment tab, you have to select vCenter with an embedded PSC. And accidentally, if you have closed this wizard, then we need not to worry. Then in that case, we have to follow this URL, means your https colon double slash vcsa ip or its fully qualified domain name colon 5480. So in that case, so in this way we can continue the further installation. Now talking about the second stage, so it is the setup vCenter server appliance with an embedded PSC. So it's like this. So after the completion of this installation, now we have to access the vCenter. So in that case, we have to provide the fully qualified domain name or the IP address of the appliance colon 443 slash vCenter or sorry vSphere client. So in this way, we can access the vCenter. And talking about the installation stage one, step by step details. So here there are few points that we have to provide as information. So it is the install one stage. So here we are going to deploy vCenter server with an embedded PSC. So first is the introduction, second is the EULA, means end user license agreement that we have to select, or we have to use this one, or we have to agree. And number 3 point, it is the select deployment type. So here you have to define your environment like tiny, small, medium, large, and extra large. And appliance deployment is target. So here you have to provide the IP or the FQDN of the SXI host, root as a username, and then its password. And next is the setup appliance virtual machine. So here you have to provide the IP address to the virtual machine as well as the host name for the virtual machine. So it's not like the host name, it's the name of your virtual machine. So select deployment size. Now here you have to select the deployment size. And then select data store. So in the select data store, you have to choose the shared data store, or the data store which can be your local one. And then configuration network settings. So we at present we are at the point number 8, configure network settings. So here you have to provide the network of the virtual machine, then IP version, IPv4 as IP assignment, static, and system name. So here you can provide the system name, means your host name. And here you if you leave this as a blank, then your installation, it will automatically choose a particular name for your virtual machine, right? Then you have to provide the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, and DNS. So then next, and after that, ready to complete stage 1, means for your point number 9. So on this point you have to press finish, and after finish, your installation will begin. Talking about the install stage 2, it is the setup vCenter server with an embedded PSC. So here we have to configure the vCenter server and the PSC further, right? So here there are some points like introduction and appliance configuration. So at present we are at the appliance configuration. So here you have to provide the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, and DNS server. So here system name, it is optional. If you leave it as blank, then your this stage number 2, it will provide the system name automatically. Else you can define this name in the first of all you have to define this name in the DNS, and once the DNS is going to resolve this name, then you can put that name over here. Then SSO configuration. Now here you have to provide the SSO domain name. So basically I have chosen the default one like vsp.local. Then username by default it is administrator there. Then we need to provide the SSO password like this. Confirm password as a site name. So site name, here you can choose the site name any. So in this way, so next point is your configure client experience. So we have to deselect it and then ready to install or complete. Then at the step number 5, and you have to press the finish, and after that your installation, further installation will begin. So after the installation, how to access the PSC? So for that you have to provide the IP address of the PSC slash. So here we have given the your port number. So provide the port number 5480, and you will get the PSC monitor. And PSC login, how to get into the PSC. So for that you have to provide the https colon slash your IP address of the PSC, and then press enter. Then you will get this screen, and over here you have to provide the username, and the username on the first side it is like this. So administrator at the rate vsp.local, then put the password, then login. How to access vCenter? So to access vCenter we have two methods. So first of all you can go with the vSphere client, means your vSphere web client. So in that case you have to follow this kind of URL. So https colon double slash IP address of the vCenter slash vSphere client. So this is the method to get the web client. And next it is the HTML5 client. So it is very quite simple and lightweight application to access the vCenter. So we call it HTML5. So for that you have to provide a URL like this. So you have to provide the IP address of the vCenter slash UI, means user interface, and press enter. Then you will get this kind of screen. So here you have to provide the administrator at the rate vsp.local, and then password, then login. So then you can get into the HTML5 client. Now advantage. So what are the advantages of vCenter with the embedded PSC? So if the PSC is embedded in vCenter, so no outage due to communication or your connectivity issue. So on the same machine, so it needs fewer Windows license, so fewer Windows machine to manage. Talking about the disadvantages, so in a large environment, this kind of installation, so it is very so there you have to implement many vCenters with the embedded PSCs to manage. So it's quite difficult to manage such numbers of your vCenter and PSCs. So it is better to go with the small environment. So for the purpose of redundancy, we have to keep VCSA in the HA configuration. So thank you very much to connect with me to learn the installation of vCenter with embedded PSC. Thank you so much.